What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. We have closed the chapter of March officially. It is the beginning of a new day, a new month. It is April 1st right now as far as the charts go. If you're in America, like myself, it is still the 31st of March. Yes, I'm not a time traveler, but the charts are a bit ahead of the Western Hemisphere. All right, so it is the 1st of April technically for Bitcoin standard. We're going to go through and do some short-term analysis. I actually just made a Bitcoin April analysis video. It's loading right now, so we'll see if this comes out before that one does or after that one does, but that one probably comes out first. Hit the like button, subscribe, let's get into it. So here we are at about 82.6K now. The price hasn't really moved over the past couple of days, and that's outside my expectation. I really did think that we would continue moving down in a very short amount of time, because the longer that we postpone this drop, these inevitable prices that I'm thinking we go down to at about $70,000 to $74,000, just below these lows here, right at our prior all-time highs over here. The longer we postpone that, the more dramatic the drop's going to be. And Bitcoin likes to be dramatic, man, especially whenever it comes to drops. So one flash crash, I mean, if you think that April 2nd being like 24 hours or more from now is not enough time for Bitcoin to drop down to these areas, you just don't know Bitcoin, man. It can drop a lot in a very short amount of time, and these flash crashes tend to be very wicked, no pun intended, but you'd probably get a pretty big wick on that. It could be today. It could be today and tomorrow. It could just be tomorrow or late today that this drop starts. It might not happen, though, right? It might not happen. We never know. And in fact, the closer that we get to this day, and even after April 2nd, I would begin to be skeptical of this being the low or not, of prices going below this low. I'm not saying we're absolved of going below this low, but I would start to be skeptical, because this is a rather bearish event, I think. And yes, Trump said he's going to be lenient on the tariffs. You guys, this is going to be a bigger tariff event than we've seen all cycle so far, and a lot of people are blaming the downside on the tariffs. So I would assume one of two things is happening. Either we're going to price that in before the open of the stock market on the second, and then everybody panics at the open, and then we come back up and we have a nice wick like we have the last few times, or last couple of times in regards to this event. Or option two, maybe it is priced in already. Maybe it's not as big of a deal as I'm thinking it is, or as a lot of people are thinking it is, and we actually move up afterwards. I don't know. And I know that we're waiting on 88K to close to validate this as a low, and I think we should. But I also think from a time perspective, if it's the end of April 2nd closes and we haven't dropped yet, I don't know, man. Unless inflation data comes out really, really bad. And I know that we get some inflation data next month, like shortly after then. But, I wanted to ask Grok here. I asked Grok a couple of questions. Let's see. Here we are. So I said, from any chatter you can gather, what is the sentiment of Bitcoin right now? Are more people bullish or bearish? Please give an answer in percentage form. And I thought this was interesting, because last week, or over the past couple of weeks, I don't know how long it's been, but this time frame here, the majority of people, you'd see it on x.com, I'd see it in my comments, everybody would say, everybody's bearish though. So of course we're going to go up. Everybody's bearish because they think they know something, that the fear and greed index is fearful. But that wasn't true. Grok ran the data. I actually ran the data myself and went through like a bunch of very popular YouTubers and x.com accounts and went through and checked the sentiment, what people were saying, if it was going to go down. I literally spent hours doing it, going down or going up. And a lot of people, it was like 50-50. And whenever I did that with Grok, I ran this data with Grok, he actually said it was a little bit more in favor of the yeses, of the upside than of the downside. And I agreed with that. The sentiment has shifted, and we're basically in the same area, right? The majority of people now, it's 55% bearish and 45% bullish. I asked him if he can run that data again to see if we can get any other answers. And he says bearish sentiment approximately 60, 40%. So sometimes it changes, whatever, but 60, 40, 55, 45, something like that. The majority of people are bearish. Absolutely. I took it a step further. If you guys want to read all this, you can if you want to. I said, in percentage form, what would you say the belief is for Bitcoin to bottom at 70K to 75K, 60 to 70K? And this is for the bears, right? Obviously, there's some people who are bullish, but I'm just talking about the bearish side, because now what people might misconstrue is that, well, if the majority of people are bearish, if approximately 60% of the market is bearish and 40% is bullish, that means we have to move up. And maybe, but it's not that simple sometimes, okay? Sometimes we do have more to go, but if people are too bearish, if they think the price is going to go lower than it's supposed to go, we could still drop, even if the majority of participants are bearish. But we just might not drop as low as they expect, and that throws a lot of people off too. It'll throw off all the bullish people, and it'll throw off the majority of the bears. So asking 70K to 75K versus 60K to 70K range, and then in anything below 60K, what's the percentage of the bears here, right? What are they thinking? And the percentages, 40% are saying that it'll go to 70 to 75K. That's what I think, 40%. You might see that and be like, haha, you're in the majority. That means you'll be wrong. Well, not actually, right? Because technically 35%, not even technically literally, or I guess technically and literally, 35 and 25% together is 60%. The majority of the bears in the market right now believe the price of Bitcoin will go below 70K. I asked Groxer on the data again because sometimes he gets it wrong, and he said it here, 70 to 75K range, 45%. So just a little bit higher, and it's an approximation. So 40, 45%, something like that. And then 60, 55% are bearish below 70K, right? That's kind of the expectation. So, and I could have given this more specific parameters to get a more accurate answer, but I feel like this is good enough. All I'm trying to say by this is if anybody out there is saying that, well, the majority of the market is bearish, so we likely will go up, well, half of that's true. Yes, I think the majority of the market has shifted bearish. I think this little move here did that. A lot of people are emotionally charged. This got them bullish, this got them bearish, and really we're just in the same place overall. And if your thoughts are, well, now that the majority of people are bearish and we have a high fear and greed index on the fear side, that means we have to move up. Well, not necessarily, because if a lot of people, a lot of the bears, which the majority of the market is, as we've just previously determined, if the majority of the bears think we're going to go below this line, and there's bulls who think that we're going to go up from here still, which is a good portion of the market, it's like 40% of the market or so, then likely what happens is we don't go below this line, we don't go up, we do something different, which is maybe just in between here, some area that's actually not expected. I know a lot of us are familiar, a lot of us have probably seen YouTubers, people on X.com, you've seen me talk about 70 to 74K a lot, okay? And there's a lot of reasons to go down there. And even though that's true, the majority of the market does not actually expect that we're going to go here. That's not the case. The majority of the market thinks one of two things. Either we're going to go up from here or we're going below this line. The majority of the market actually is not looking at this at all. And that to me makes it even more probable that we see this area. However, again, retorting back or revolving back, just going back to that thought that I was saying earlier, if we don't see this move happen today or tomorrow, it might not happen. And I'm actually of the suspicion that tomorrow, April 2nd, and tomorrow technically for everybody in America, so don't throw you off, tomorrow is April 1st, but tomorrow on the Bitcoin chart, April 2nd, we don't even have to technically have started moving down until April 2nd, right? April 2nd still happens at the end of the day, stock market is closed on April 1st, on Tuesday, right? So whenever Bitcoin starts April 2nd, it will still be Tuesday technically. We could drop from the beginning of April 2nd or late April 1st. It could be April 2nd that we drop still. I think as long as this drop happens before the stock market opens on April 2nd, which is technically later in the day, right? We just started the day today. It is March 31st for me, but it says April 1st on the charts. We have 22 hours, 37 minutes left. By the time the stock market opens from here, there's going to be 10 hours left. You know what I mean? It's going to be a 10-hour, probably 10 hours and 30 minutes left in the day. So most of the day will have already passed. So it can be late today. It can be early tomorrow that we begin dropping here. It doesn't need a lot of time to drop. And maybe even in the early hours, maybe we do open the stock market and we see a crash. Perhaps the stock market drops too, just to open up on April 2nd on Liberation Day, as people are calling it, or as I like to call it, Fair If Wednesday, because it seems like it's a very fair tariff event, right? Fair if reciprocated, it's the same word, right? Fair, reciprocated. I mean, it just, I don't know. It's a good synonym there. Fair If Wednesday, reciprocated Wednesday is coming upon us, and that sounded naughty. And I'm sorry, guys. April Fools. It wasn't naughty. I'm just kidding. We're at 82.6K, and we likely will, I still believe, go down to about $70,000, $74,000, something in that area there. Specifically 71 to 72K. That's my thoughts. We put on these fibs here from a low to a high. That would give us a 73.7K, 70K range right there at the 1618. I think we will find support just below the 1414. And in fact, I'm curious. A little bit curious here. Let's see, have we done this yet? From a low to a high. In all fairness, you did tip your golden ratio here. You didn't even actually go really that far below your 1 for 1 but you tipped your golden ratio there. What about back here? What have we done? What have we seen that we've done? What about this one here from a low to a high? Just going through 1272. So no 1414s, huh? And then this one here from a low to a high. Probably that there. 1414, but just barely tipped it. I guess it's actually not that common. So to be fair, I suppose this is a kind of uncommon prediction placing Bitcoin down at that 72 to 71K area, it's possible that we could stop. I even actually did see a 73K, a reason why 73K would make sense. So I know I'm all over the place here. Let me just refine. I'm all over the place in a very small range, right? 74 to 70K. I think if we don't see 72K or prices below 72K, that's fine. We could stop at 73K. We could stop at 74K. We could stop even just a little bit above there. But something in this area is where we're going to go. Okay, I think I've made the point painstakingly clear. I'm not going to repeat everything else that I've just said over and over again. I'm tired of saying those numbers, so we're going to end the video there. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. The daily RSI to me it's in a bullish posturing right now, but if you go below that 40, it's over, right? Or it's not over, but it's the drop's happening. If we can actually get above the 50, we might have to start rethinking things. If we close above 88K, that will validate the upside. That'll validate this as a low, in my opinion. Technically, 96.5K is what we have to wait for, but the 4 hour is not that exciting, in all honesty. I don't think it's that exciting. Yeah, that looks to have been like some kind of fake out, right? That's like a bull trap right there. A lot of volume came in. A lot of volume coming in at the bottom too, though, right? People are making moves right now. I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes. I'm not impressed by the 1 hour or the 4 hour, but the daily gives me a little bit of hope that I might be wrong and we could move up to the upside. But until then, I'm sticking with it. 74, 70K, maybe 73 to 72K is a better estimate now. I don't know. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. And happy April Fools, everybody. By the way, actually, I probably should have done this in my last video. Damn. I'm not, I know that I'm, what's the word I'm looking for here? I know that I'm dilly-dallying. I keep saying hit the like button, subscribe, and then I'll see you later. But let's just go through this real quick. I haven't actually, I should have done this in my last video, but it'll work out for this one too. Let's go April here to April in 2011, right? Here we are, April. So these are cyclical lines. We're going to go on the daily time frame and go all the way back, baby, all the way back. We're going to go so far back. So far back. It'll make your head spin. Let's go. Keep on going. Yes, okay, so all the way over here. All right. So I want to take a tally and just see on April 1st how many days were red, how many days were green. On April 1st here, this day was actually red. It says on April 1st, hold on, let's see. That's March 2nd. I thought we had April. Did we not take it on April 1st? Well, whatever, man. I'm on a daily basis. Oh, because Bitcoin is so, yeah. It's so weird. Well, we won't count that one then. Okay, whatever. April 1st here. Okay, so that day was red. That was a red day, a neutral day, but a red day. We'll just write with red. We'll do a tally like that. Okay, red day here, here, and I'm just doing all the Aprils, not just bear market or bull market, just all the Aprils. That one was red too, but neutral red, right? Neutral kind of red. Here also a neutral red month, but still red, right? I'm just doing it red and green, but addressing that it's neutral or red or whatever. Look at this, April 1st again, a rather neutral yet red day as well. April 1st has been a kind of neutral and red day so far. Neutral but green, yes. Neutral but green as well. Maybe not neutral because it's up more than 5% in a day. I suppose it's not too neutral for Bitcoin. Here, neutral but green. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. This is that boring part. I don't blame you if you don't want to watch it, man. Neutral but green. Neutral but red, right? Actually, not so neutral on that one. Not as neutral on this one either, right? Or yes, that is a neutral one, but whatever. Red. I'm going to stop saying neutral. I'm just going to say red or green. That April 1st. Wait. Oh, no, man. They stopped. When did it stop going to April's? That messes it up. All right, I don't care, man. We've all just lost some brain cells on this one. You know what? If you want to stick around, I am going to fine-tune this. I don't know why the cyclic lines messed up. It was literally on April 1st, but whatever. I am going to do this one more time. So if you want to stick around and do this, you can. But that's lame. I do want to take in red months and red days and green days. I want to do this. That's discouraging. I don't know if anybody noticed whenever that got off or not, but we're gonna fix that here. Let's say April. February, nope, not that one, right? So that was 2010. We're going to go to 2011. April here. Where are we at? April. Okay, so that one is definitely red. Freaking hell, man. I want to put these cyclic lines on it, man, though. I think it got messed up because of that one from 2010. 2012. Let's go all the way out to you, April. Right over here, April 1st, right there. And that one was red as well. Okay. New tally. It's a new tally. It's a new day. Let's just see. 2013. Is this in April? That is not April. Why? Why is it doing that? Why are you failing these cyclic lines? That is so interesting. Okay, whatever though. That one was a green day. Definitely a green day. I just won't use the cyclic lines. 14, April here, April 1st. Right there. Green as well. 2 greens, 2 reds, but pretty neutral both times, right? April here, April 1st. That's also green, but still relatively neutral. April 1st here, red, but very neutral, right? Very, very neutral months. Or damn it, that's not, damn it, why do I keep doing that? I might just delete these cyclic lines, man. No, it was green, so we'll add that. I'll just remember that I'm 1 up on April. That way I don't have to delete it. April 1st over here. That was also green. So actually the greens have it. I wasn't expecting this. I thought that it would be the reds that have it. Maybe it's just lately I've been ingrained with the red on April's because that's how it's been lately. Okay, I'm not going to add one there because I already added one inappropriately. We'll do this again. April 1st here. April 1st was a green day, but neutral. Still neutral. Interesting. Interesting. April 1st, also a green day. I didn't expect this. I really did think that April 1st was a more bearish day. That seems to be the perspective of the market. Maybe we'll all be surprised with a green day. Technically, that's pretty damn neutral, but it is red, technically. Okay, let's go here. April, because I'm sure a lot of you will probably see a lot of people will say that April 1st is bearish. I would have said that, but doing this is changing my opinion, actually. Okay, 2023 was bearish, technically. It's bearish for altcoins, I think. I think it is bearish for altcoins, but maybe not for Bitcoin, it seems. Come on now. 2%, a little bit to the red side. And then 2025, here we are. So that's actually 8 green months, or 8 green April 1st to 6 red ones. And they're all pretty damn neutral. So the odds of this being green is actually good today. And the odds of it being neutral is pretty good today. Doesn't mean that it has to be. But we didn't see in any of those Aprils, we didn't see anything that was like too dramatic to the downside. I mean, I think there was one that was like 10%, but it was to the upside. So interesting to see. Not that that's like a hard science there. Anything can happen today. We're in different circumstances now than we've been in any other April. But it would be interesting if today closed neutral. I'd be surprised if we got 3 neutral days in a row. Tomorrow, the opening of tomorrow could just be absurdly bearish. Or guys, maybe this is the low. I'm not convinced. My call, don't let my uncertainty or speculation change the fact of my call. My call is still at 70 to 74K. But if I'm wrong on that, cool. That's fine, man. I'm fine with that. But apparently April 1st is not as bearish as I thought it was. Maybe it's just bearish for altcoins, but we'll go over that maybe in another video. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for dealing with that headache at the end. All right, bye-bye.